Hey folks, long time no ramble. This is a new toy that I picked up a couple of weeks ago. She is a very old, very special combat veteran actually. I'll get into that in a minute. But this is a truck that I found in northern New South Wales. It had been purchased by a farmer, a soy farmer, and he'd found her in a scrapyard not too far away from where he lives, and decided that he was going to pick some parts off it. So she's a little bit poorly, but nonetheless she is an incredible find and a great survivor, very historically significant. Like I said, I'll get onto that in a minute. She's a 1940 O1T Ford Marmon Herrington gun tractor. So she was used by the Aussies in the Second World War to drag 18 25-pounder guns to and from the front line, and then in between her and the gun would have been a limber, which is where all the ammunition was stored. Now, when I first saw her, actually it was a guy on Facebook who told me, he said, "Hey mate, look, there's another truck. Why don't you get her? Because I need trucks like I need a hole in the head." This is my 5th truck. But anyway, when I first saw her, I thought, no, I'm not gonna, why would I want to buy her? I've got enough as it is. I've got too much on my plate. But this was special. And the more digging I did, the more I realised that this was a vehicle that I just had to have. And I had to step in and try and preserve her, because she is a genuine combat veteran. She served in North Africa in 1941 and fought against the Germans, and I would imagine the Italians as well. Who knows? I don't know, but I know that she definitely served in North Africa. And if you look around, you can see traces of the khaki paint, that desert sand colour that they painted them all in before they sent them off overseas. So she's an extraordinary survivor. Like most of these trucks, these pickup trucks, they're all built to the same sort of specifications, same weight, so she's 1.5 tons. She's got a weird assembly of tyres. She's got 20-inch Ford commercial rims on the front, and on the back she's got the old original Marmon 10.50 by 18 rims. It's just temporary. They're not, I mean, look at the tyres, they're shot. They are not roadworthy, so it's just so that I could move her. When I found her, she was sitting on a hubs. She didn't have any wheels or tyres, or if she did, they were all shredded to bits. So, I mean, it's a common story. These things were on their last legs. Okay, so for me, the real steal was the fact that she still has the original tray on the back. This is the bare basics, or the bones of the crew compartment for the gun, basically. So all the guys, the gunners, the loaders, the commander, they would have sat in this box here, and then either side it would have had the ammunition boxes. So it's just incredible that after all this time, this tray is still on the back, because usually when they were sold off surplus after the war, first thing the farmers did was they pulled these things off, chucked them in the bush, and then put a flatbed on, a tray, or whatever it was that they were going to use these things for. So she is, you wouldn't believe it just to look at her, but she is incredibly intact. Okay, so scrapyard did a lot of damage. Wrecked the passenger's side fender, put a few dents in the hood, completely smashed up the grille. So I've taken off the passenger's fender here, and the plan is to see if I can try and panel beat that back into shape. But I will give you an example of how bad the passenger side was. So if you look down here at this, I'll get out of the way because the sun's right behind me. This thing here is a top panel. It's like a skirt. And if I just wander down to the old rust bucket, this is the skirt here, right on the driver's side, and that would have sat over on this side here, and it just would have been about there. So it's been absolutely trashed. But apart from the cosmetic stuff, she's in really good nick. The chassis is very straight. I can't see any substantial damage to her. It's all very cosmetic. I know she looks like a right mess. But these little interesting things that I've noticed, if I go here, excuse the shadows, I don't know whether there it is, that's the one. See this little thing here? This would have been where one of the straps used to go. And the gun crew sitting on this is an original, by the way. It would have been wood, would have had wooden slats across it. There would have been a canvas strap here And then very, very crude sort of safety measure. The gun crew, whoever it was that was sitting on the side, would hold on to the strap, you know, if they went over a bump, so that they didn't fall out of the back of it. And I would imagine probably quite a few did. So what am I doing today? Apart from shaking my head and asking myself why I was so nuts to buy it in the first place. No, actually, I've never been more sure of purchase in my life. I'm so glad I got this old girl. Today, I am going to take off this thing here, which was something that the farmer put on there, and boy did he do a number on this. The welding is incredible, so it's going to take me a couple of hours to cut my way through that, but I've got a massive angle grinder. It's the size of my arm. It's a beast. So that's one thing I'm going to do. And yesterday I actually managed, sorry about the camera work, I'm crap when it comes to cameras, actually managed to get this door open. And if you look here, see all of this bare metal? This is where somebody welded, there it is there, there's some more there. He welded the door into the cab itself. So basically you couldn't open and close it. So I am super, super happy. Look, see that? There you go. Door opens and closes, which is super cool. Now, I haven't been able to figure out what it says here, but I believe it's a very faint, it's hard to make out. Hang on, I'll see if I can close it, it might be better. Yeah, that's better. If you look, you can see the remains of what I would call a divisional lettering. And I've shown it to a couple of guys, and we're not altogether sure what it says, but I think you've got the faint outline here of an E, and then another outline here of the 9, and it's in like a square. You can see there's a line there, or the outline of a box that might have been there. Now, I didn't know what it meant, but one of the guys that I spoke to on Facebook reckons that that might be E Troop, letter E, and that the 9 is truck number 9. So this was used by a cavalry, artillery regiment, and they had troops in them. I don't know, from A to F or A to G or whatever it was. And this old girl was in E Troop, and she was truck number 9. So that's just another interesting little thing that I found on the side of the door. Sadly, the driver's side door, gone ski. I don't know what happened to it. It could well have been pulled off by the farmer because he just couldn't be asked to open and close it all the time. That happens a lot with these old trucks. Anyway, that's it for now. I've got to crack on because I haven't got much time left. Here is my 1940 O1T Ford Marmon Herrington. Absolutely magical machine, and I am so proud. I'm thrilled to bits to have her. So I'll keep you guys updated on what I'm doing and how we're traveling. But there you go. Alrighty guys, take care. Have a good weekend.